The Directorate of Public Relations of the Australian Army presents War Correspondent. Your name is Mike McCann. You're a war correspondent. For the people of this atomic time who know that peace belongs only to the prepared, you tell these stories of the Australian Army on active service. Your name is Mike McCann, War Correspondent.
I'm Mike McCann. The passing years have dimmed the remembrance of Allied anxiety in those grim early days of the Japanese assault, when the enemy appeared as an irresistible tide flooding down the Malayan Peninsula. Allied troops were falling back, bridges blown, defense lines lost, until it seemed the Japanese would sweep on, undaunted, to Singapore. Then there came the dramatic entrance of the Australian 8th Division into the battle. Having foreseen that piecemeal withdrawals down Malaya were useless and costly, it was decided by the Allied High Command in the East to withdraw swiftly and in great depth back to Johor Bahru, where the Australians stood too, waiting to join the battle. And so the Japanese, finding resistance had suddenly ceased, advanced south in careless formation, not knowing that the Australian 30th Battalion, supported by other Australian troops, lay in wait for them in the Gamenche area. The ambush by the Australians was spectacularly successful. Hundreds of Japanese died there by the blown bridge. But the ambush was only the start of a full-scale action that was to be then fought. Speedily, the Japanese recoiled from the ambush that had halted their swift advance. They gathered strength to destroy these Australians who dared contest their path. And the Australians of the 30th Battalion were ready for them. This was the reaction they had anticipated. And now they were keen, in this first major clash between Japanese and Australians, to find out who were the masters.
Tuan, this way. This is my hut. Here you are safe. Rest, Tuan. I hide you from Japanese soldiers.
Thanks, mate. You got a smoke?
Cigarette, Tuan. Here, plenty cigarette.
Thanks, mate. I owe my life to one of your Indian mates, one of your Tamil mates.
Australian, Tuan, we are your friends. But everywhere are the soldiers of Japan. Everywhere.
You're telling me nothing. But there are plenty of Australians here, too. We'll give them something for their corner.
Tuan, already many soldiers of Japan have been killed by Australians. I have seen this. Many are dead by Comanche Bridge.
Yeah, that stopped them in their tracks. We let a whole mob of them cross the bridge, then blew it up, and wiped out the ones that came across.
And you were in this fighting, Tuan?
Was I ever? Some of our platoon got cut off. Sergeant Garner, you see him?
No.
Well, we got separated and we bumped into some Japs. She's on now.
And you killed more soldiers of Japan?
Yeah, but there were too many of them for us. I jumped into the river to escape, but the Japs got me. Hauled me up and shut me in a hut. One of your Tamil mates opened the door for me and I was able to escape.
That is good. These are difficult times, Tuan. The soldiers of Japan are not good.
You can say that again. I'm lucky to be alive now.
You are hungry, Tuan.
Haven't had time to think about it up until now. But I guess I am.
Here is bread.
Hey, how much bread have you got?
Enough, Tuan. Now you eat. Then there are things to do.
Well, thanks. This tastes good. Well, what are you getting there?
Everywhere here are soldiers of Japan, Tuan. You must not be seen. Here I have a turban and other Tamil clothing. We will make you one of us. This must be done speedily.
Sure. Good idea. Yeah. How do you reckon I look?
Oh, the soldiers of Japan will not know you, Tuan. Now I will guide you back to your Australian friends. Come, we must hurry.
Lance Corporal I.G. Han of Moree, New South Wales, was led by the friendly Tamils back to the Australian lines. And there he and other Australians returning from behind the Japanese lines told of the feverish speed with which the enemy had restored the vital bridge blown as part of the ambush. It had taken them only 6 hours to rebuild the bridge, and now strong forces of tanks and enemy troops were moving up to contest this Australian stand.
Sounds all quiet down along the road, Les.
Yeah, too quiet, Bruce.
Oh, I don't know. Those Japs are going to be busy for quite a time, straightening out the mess those 30th Battalion blokes made of them at Comanche.
Yeah, they tell me they did 'em over by the hundreds.
Yeah. I reckon the ambush just slaughtered the Japs. But they're going to remember the Japs weren't ready.
Oh, very sad.
I mean, they just came riding down the road like they've been doing the last 100 miles or so. Not knowing where we're going to make a stand.
They know now.
Yeah, right. And if they'd known back there at Comanche, the 30th blokes wouldn't have found the Japs just strolling into the trap. There'd have been tanks, planes, and everything else.
Well, roll on the tanks. That's what we've got these anti-tank guns here for.
They won't come laughing down the road this time.
No?
No. They'll be as shy as a dingo, sniffing along in their tanks, trying to find out where we're going to make our main stand.
Yeah, they'll find out soon enough. I reckon Black Jack Galligan has nutted out something to set the Japs right back on their heels.
Yeah. He's a tough nut, that Black Jack Galligan. The 30th Battalion's a tough one, too. The Japs will find that out when they come up on the battalion's main position.
I reckon they've found out already. Could be they'll do what they've been doing all the way down Malaya. Infiltrate.
You can bet Black Jack's thought of that. He's got patrols out on either side of the main position. Now, the Japs will probe down this road all right. Hey, listen.
You're hearing things, Bruce. All I can hear are the birds.
It's a sort of vibration in the air.
Vibrations? You're starting to hear... Well, wait a sec. Yeah. Something coming, Brooks. Wise up the others.
They've heard it. See, they're going to ground up there by the roadblock.
That's Captain Lammercroft's company. They're onto it. Listen. Tanks, all right. Too heavy for anything else. No sniffing along like dingoes this time, eh?
They'll be up to something cunning. You can bet on that.
Yeah. You can bet they'll get a slap right in the eye as soon as they come around that corner up there, too.
And that looks like being any time now. You ready?
Sure. Ready as I'll ever be. Been training for this for about 2 years. And there they are, Bruce. 2 tanks.
Firing everything they've got.
No walking into a trap this time.
No? Well, let's show them they're wrong.
You laid onto them yet?
I'll give them another yard. Now, fire! All around them. Oh, that's better. Only a ricochet, though.
Stop blood, Bruce. Yeah. They're trying to turn.
We'll give them some help. Keep those rounds coming.
There's a slope there, Bruce. They're sliding down it.
Yeah. We'll give them one for luck. Well, how was that?
Oh, lively while it lasted. But no dead tanks.
Well, let's clear the decks here while we can. I've got the idea we'll have the opportunity again to get a tank. Those couple of tanks were only testing us out.
Could be, but I'd say they've got a very striking impression of the reception awaiting. I'll stack these rounds up here just in case the hot reception wasn't enough to keep them away.
Hey, what's that? Do you hear that?
Well, don't tell me they're coming back so soon.
Yeah. Different noise this time, too.
Yes. Tanks again, but not the same ones. These ones are making more noise.
Could be more of them, of course.
Or heavier tanks. Those first 2 look like recce tanks.
They're coming quickly. We'll soon know.
You've got to hand it to the Jap. He moves fast.
They're firing already, and that's a heavy tank gun.
Can't see them yet?
No. The boys right behind the roadblock, Ken. They're firing. Here they come.
How many, Bruce?
1, 2. Bigger tanks too, Les. Here comes a third one.
Yeah, I can see them now. And they can see us. Look at them. Cool as cucumbers. Sitting there in the middle of the road, firing up the track.
Hold it for a little longer. They're still moving slowly ahead. Come on, you little beauts! All right, Les, let's go!
Doing any good, Bruce?
No, mate. Those shells seem to be passing right through them. They're still coming.
Try for the turret.
I am, but we're only getting a ricochet.
We've got to stop them, Bruce.
I know, but we won't stop them with armor piercing that goes straight through them or bounces off. Let's load with high explosive.
Coming up.
That's it, Les. Bullseye on the leading tank.
You butler! And he's on fire, mate.
Somebody's registered onto the second tank, too. He's copped it, too. You little Bobby Dazzlers! Come on, Les, keep it up. That third tank's towing the second one away. I'll put a stop to that.
Let him go, Bruce. Look to the left.
3 more coming up. Things are becoming hectic. Come on, keep the ammo coming, mate.
Any joy, Bruce?
Those 3 are sheltering behind the burning tank. There's another one coming up.
No recce now.
This is it. The Jap machine gunners are hopping out of the tanks. They're setting up their guns. Mortars, too.
Our own mortar ranks are onto it now. Oh, this is the life.
There goes the first one, Les. And another. Oh, brother, copped it right on the tread. He's swinging round like a chicken beetle.
Lay it into him, mate. Ball it into him.
The third tank's copped it. Oh, Les, there's only one left. And the last one's copped it. Mortar bomb right into the turret.
There's our artillery opened up now. Listen to those shells going over. The Japs at the rear will be catching it now.
The Japs are covering it right, left and centre. This'll make them know they've finally run into the Australians. For an hour, the Japanese tried to pass the Australian positions astride that important road. But finally, they were forced to withdraw, leaving the battlefield littered with their dead and the burned and twisted wreckage of their tank force. This victory was a tremendously heartening fillip for the Allied troops in Malaya. But for the CO of the 30th Battalion, Colonel Galligan, affectionately known by his troops as Blackjack, there were signs of danger. The swift intrusion of Japanese tanks into the action so soon after the large-scale and highly successful ambush by components of his battalion caused his concern. And then, Australians returning to the battalion lines told of the massing of the enemy beyond where the Australians had inflicted this defeat. Having staggered the Japanese in 2 swift actions, the Australians next moved to throw the enemy off balance with a strong follow-through.
The CO's decided we shall attack immediately, gentlemen. It's unfortunate that our signal wires from the ambush area were cut, so that we were unable to bring down artillery fire under the bridge which the Japanese have now restored. They used timber from a sawmill nearby, where there was a quantity of sawn timber. However, those things can't be helped. We suspect that the Japanese are sometimes able to contact battalion headquarters by locating the radio telegraphy activities. So the CO's decided we will use other communication. Now, Captain Melville's company will advance to this position where the Japanese are in strength and take it and hold it.
Aircraft!
Get down! Get down! Under cover!
No place to get down here. No slit trenches.
You can bet the Japs know this is battalion headquarters.
The Japs must be annoyed about something.
Down! Here they come!
okay, Bruce?
Yeah, only just. My legs feel like water.
They got the SIG's truck. Look! There's one of the SIGs coming out holding a broken buzzer key. How lucky was he?
And how lucky were we, too? No cover. Look, more of them coming. Get down!
Anti-tank guns aren't much use in this kind of situation.
No, we gotta lie down and take it. I think there's another lot of them. They're after the 25-pounders. Listen to it. They're copying what we've just had.
Yeah, sure look like the Japs are annoyed about something.
They'll be even more annoyed when these 30th Battalion blokes get into them with a bayonet. These boys are really good with a bayonet. Here they come again.
That lot was close to our guns.
After getting those tanks down along the road, you can expect they'll want to shut our anti-tank guns down.
Much more of this, and that's just what they're likely to do. Then the tanks will have to have another go.
But our fellas are having a go first. Get into them! Don Company's going into the Japs! Get into them, man! Get into them!
Gives you sort of a lump in your throat to see them, eh, Bruce?
Yeah, just like they were going across the parade ground with their rifles at high point. Bayonets fixed. And here come the dive bombers again. But they're keeping right on. What a battalion! And in they go with the bayonets. Give it to them, boys!
Listen to the boys cheering them on. You butlers, Don Company, into them!
Two of them going down. Here comes Tojo again. Get down.
Don's mixing it with the Japs now. Look at the bayonets at work.
Captain Melville's down. He's down, wounded. There goes Captain Morrison. Captain Bob Morrison, he's taking over.
They're into that thick undergrowth. It'll be lousy with Japs.
Sure is. They're getting up like rabbits.
And the boys are flashing them out with the meat stabber. And now they're tossing in grenades. Look across there.
Yeah. Oh, how are they? That's Deaver, Hilton and Williams. They're after those two Jap machine guns. And they've got them! In with the bayonets! Man, oh man! Get over the Jap crews!
Come on, the line's moving up. We'd better move with this gun. Here's the position. Let's set her up.
It's unlikely much, Liz. The tanks can come right on us here.
30th Battalion is still pushing in through, Bruce.
Yeah, but the Japs are thickening too.
Oh, they're everywhere. Everywhere, and the 30th is pitchforking them out.
Hey, get onto that! Up those rubber trees! The Japs are up those trees!
Real apes. I always said they were. Listen.
Oh, no!
Oh, yes. Tanks somewhere through there.
I can't see them.
No, I can't either, but I can hear them. Look out.
Tanks?
No fighters coming in low. Tanks in front, fighters on top of us, all very taste.
Keep your eye open for those tanks. And have a look across there to the right. Who is it?
Corporal Abbott's. He's caught one in the chest. And yet here he comes, carrying another wounded bloke back. Good luck to you, mate!
Makes you proud, Les. Makes you real proud. Look out! They're busy up top. By the sound of it, those tanks are anxious to get busy too. Listen to them.
Why aren't they having a go at us?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'd say they can't get through the rubber trees.
That's not going to stop them long.
Nah, but once they come through this rubber, they're out in the open. We've got those 25-pounders behind us to contend with. And these blokes are the 30th.
That's right. And this is the time to find out how they'll go. That's a tank through there, Bruce.
Where? Where?
Yeah, just poking its turret over the ridge. Yeah, look below that line of rubber trees. See them now?
Yeah, but we can't get onto them.
No, I see that. We're on the wrong angle. Oh, too many trees.
And they know where we are. And they know that the 25-pounders are behind us. So they'll keep that screen of rubber trees between them and us. Look at them slinking through the trees. And they're firing! What can we do? Hey, wait a jiffy!
What for?
Across there! Look, on the right! About 5 trees across!
Well, I can't see anything.
Going up the tree!
Oh, yeah, I see. That's Keith Reed. But what's he up to?
He's got a field phone with him! I'd say he's going to do something about the tanks. Yeah, that's what he's doing! He's laying the mortars onto these tanks!
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
It's keeping him back!
Yeah, but if they'd come in the open, we could do something about them. Get down! There goes the sig wire. Reed's wire back to the mortars.
Can't see that!
There! Can't you see him shaking the phone up there?
Oh, you're right, Les. And the tanks are moving up now that the mortars have lit up.
Oh, let them come 100 yards closer out of the rubber, and they won't know what struck them.
But they won't come out.
No. They remember what they copped out there on the road.
Les, look at those fellas making down toward the tanks.
Where? Yeah, I can see them. They'll get themselves killed.
Could be, but they're using the rubber trees like the tanks are.
Oh, wouldn't it, mate? I'm saying, wouldn't it?
Grenades!
Taking on tanks with grenades!
Push! You beauty! Right down the turret.
He put it in like putting a penny in a money box.
And his mates are knocking off the Japs as they jump out.
Oh, this is a new slant on tank warfare.
Can't keep this up, Les. Tanks and aircraft. Can't beat them with grenades and rifles.
And there's a fresh lot of Japs coming up. Hundreds of them. Let's give them something to go on with.
Can't, Les. We'd hit our own blokes. Those fellows from the 30th are everywhere.
And so are the Japs.
The tanks are coming again.
And so are the planes. Get down! Can't stay here against these odds, Bruce.
I don't know about that. These blokes are sticking it out. And here come Captain Thompson's Bren gun carriers. Go on! We're pulling your blokes out. We're going.
Well, what's the strength of this?
Orders! But they've held the Japs. Driven him back, but they've got the aircraft and the tanks. Come on, hook up!
There's Colonel Galligan over there. Over with Captain Lammercraft's company.
Black Jack! Yeah, there he is. And there's some wounded men with him.
He's putting them into his car. That's what he's doing. How is he?
Like the rest of these 30th blokes. Mighty! You rope? Come on! Onto the carrier then. We're going to drive her out. Look at them! They don't want to leave.
No, they don't. I don't blame them either. First time the Japs have really been stopped.
With tanks and aircraft, these blokes are pushing back.
Yeah, right back.
But at that time in the war, there were no tanks or aircraft for our soldiers. And so the gallant fighters of the 2nd 30th Battalion of the AIF in Malaya had to be withdrawn. But they left their mark on the enemy. The strong Japanese army, consisting of the 1st Tank Regiment, with infantry, machine gun, artillery, and air support, was so badly mauled by the Australians that it had to be absorbed by a new command. And the Japanese, seriously thwarted for the first time, had to detour far to the south to bypass the formidable 30th Battalion and its 2nd 15th Field Artillery's support.
War Correspondent, recorded by Robert Peach Productions, is presented for your entertainment by the Australian Army's Directorate of Public Relations.